welcome to the show, bro. Man, fire in the motherfucking hole, man. Shit, we gonna talk about some things today. I got some dope ass stories, man. I wanted to dig in the crates early on y'all motherfuckers, man. I'm not gonna wait later into the show episodes and all that shit. Fuck all that. Let's get to the juice. Let's get to the motherfucking grit early, man. I want to talk about my warp tour days. Prior to Warp Tour, I was a well-rounded individual, kind of well-rounded. I was willing to be open to a lot of different things in life, you know. But Warp Tour really opened me up on a whole nother level, man, just to see the world in a whole nother place and a whole nother space, you know, mentally, spiritually, just wholesomely, you know. Shout out to John Oakes and John Reese, Sid Nasty over at Freeze Management. Those guys were a huge part of me experiencing that in my life. They got me out there on those tours, Warp Tour, Taste of Chaos, International Taste of Chaos, all these fucking epic moments of life. Shit that kids in middle America or wherever the fuck, nigga, you could be in the big city and you just don't leave the block. Just the shit that motherfuckers dreamed of, and these opportunities were presented to me. But those opportunities, I mentioned John Reese, John Oakes, and my boy Sid Nasty over at Freeze Management. For you people that don't know who John Reese is, started out as Guns N' Roses security, ended up becoming their fucking manager. Just a kick-ass rock star, all-around guy, fucking awesome dad to his daughters, awesome husband to his wife. Great guy. John Oakes, that was the one that was like, yo, I'm gonna fuck with you. And I remember the day he pulled the trigger on fucking with me. I asked him, this band that I was really into in 2003, 2004, around that time. They're called Story of the Year, and you know, Ryan, Dan, Josh, Phil, all those guys, man. I was just a huge fan, and they were coming through town, and Big Timmy, you know, who was their road manager at the time, you know, I couldn't get a hold of him. I think he switched numbers up. So I called John Oakes. I was just calling to go to the show, and I hit John Oakes up, and John Oakes was like, let me see what the tickets are, and let me see what I can do, you know. Well, an hour and a half before the show started, John Oakes calls me back, and I'm like, I hope it's great news. And he was like, all right, I got good news and I got bad news. What do you want to hear first? I'm a give me the bad news first, hurt me, and then make me feel better afterwards kind of guy, you know. So he gave me the bad news first, which was, hey, I can't get you tickets to go watch the show tonight. And I was just like, okay, what good news could there be? He was like, but what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to have you open up the show for the bands. You just introduced all the bands. I said, get the fuck out of here. And that shit happened that night. And the crowd fucking loved me. They fucked with me. And John Oakes was still 100. He was like, I'm 100% behind you. John Reese, though, was like, yo, I'm busy over here fucking with this big shit, but we believe in him. Get him going. fuck with him, pull the trigger. So I went with John Oakes, and he put me on these tours with Kevin Lyman. Kevin Lyman, great guy, very interesting, just a dope motherfucker. I think he succumbs to peer pressure. You know, and people think that peer pressure is a thing that, you know, you just experience when you're a kid or you're in your teenage years or whatever, but that's so not it, man. You know, you're being pressured on so many levels, and the social status and levels of society, man, that we're put in. And, you know, especially when you're a guy put in position of something that you have that is truly great, you're going to be influenced by a lot of other people around you that want to be in your position. They wish this was their product, and they don't have the same intentions that what I personally believe was Warped Tour was a voice for, you know, little punk and rock roll bands that didn't really have a place where they can really showcase. So they took the circus on the fucking road, and it's more like summer camp, you know, like adult summer camp, you know, the best fucking summers ever, man. But, you know, Kevin Lyman, great guy, great fucking, great times on, I started out on Warped Tour, okay? Just passing out fucking flyers. No, it was Taste of Chaos first. That's what I was doing. I was passing out flyers to the kids standing on the line. And I was like, yo, these niggas is motherfucking bugging, B. These niggas is bugging out here. They don't even know what the fuck I'm capable of. They bugging. So, you know, what I strongly believe is this, that if you have an art, you have a gift, it isn't for you to own. It is for you to craft and to give. And it's all about the people. It's all about, especially when it comes to the kids, you know what I mean? Because they're the ones being inspired. They're the ones being, you know, driven by your art, man. And I always found that pulse. I always found that in every city that we went to with Taste of Chaos and with Warped Tour. Like, I just started doing stand-up. If you guys don't know me, my name is Jimmy Martinez. I'm a comic from New York. I've been doing comedy since I was 15 years old. I started doing comedy at this place called the Uptown Comedy Club. It was directly across the street from me. I grew up in a home from the age of like 8 years old till like 9 years old until like 13. And when I came home, you know, from the residential home, and I started living with my mother again, you know, I was heavily into the streets. Like, I'm not here to glorify the streets. I'm not here to say like this is the way that anyone should live their life. But it was just an element about the street that captivated me. You know what I'm saying? It made me want to be this. You know, it made me want to be honest of where I come from. It wasn't about being this tough motherfucker or this real nigga or none of that shit. None of that sucker shit. Like, you know, as a kid, you're looking for different things to grasp and to hold on to and to believe in. So, you know, comedy became that for me because the streets was so wild, you know, and when I tell you, it was nuts, man. Like, you know, crack was, man, listen, nigga, you motherfuckers don't know, bro. Motherfucking kids was paying their parents' bills paying their parents' rent, paying their parents' fucking car notes. Okay, kids, we was out there breaking night, nigga, flipping those packs and playing with those guns and sticking up stick-up kids and doing all that dumb shit. Like, as you get older and you can look back and you can see it, you can recognize that shit. Like, yo, that shit was some stupid shit I was doing. I can't believe I made it. I can't believe I'm safe. I'm here to talk about it. I can give a testimony. And the crazy part is, if I can do it again, I would do it again. And I don't know what's wrong with me, but there were great times in it. Awesome lessons. Valuable life lessons that I will never forget. You know, I lost my best friend in the game. You know what I'm saying? Through the streets. You know what I'm saying? And it was, to be perfectly honest, man, it was one night at the Uptown Comedy Club, to bring you guys back. I know this is real Quentin Tarantino, like I'm all over the place, but if you just follow and listen, and trust me, it's all going to make sense at the end, you know. But it was Tracy Morgan. I was 15 years old. I was in the back of the Uptown Comedy Club, waiting for the New Jack segment. Hold on, Ryan just coughed. I want to make sure he's okay, guys. You okay, Ryan? You can say something.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool, man. It was the back of the Uptown Comedy Club. I'm like waiting for the New Jack segment, and Tracy Morgan, crazy ass. This is when Tracy Morgan was rocking the propeller hat, the rainbow hat with the helicopter thing on the top. Yo, Jim, what you back here doing? And then you walk up on me, seeing me counting cracks, counting money. And like, nah, you gonna have to make a decision. Either you want to be funny or you want to be in the streets. And you know, at first I'm looking at this nigga like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're on a television show, nigga. You cashing out every motherfucking week. Every motherfucking week you cashing out. And that's a motherfucking fact. Y'all hear how raw this shit is, my G? Y'all hear how raw this shit is right now? Got that ambulance standing in one spot, blasting its music. Listen to whoever's in that ambulance, dog, that nigga go die. Look. I'm sorry that y'all had to bear witness to some motherfucker dying in the back of an ambulance. But that's New York City traffic for you. And that's this motherfucking podcast, Fire the Hole, man. You don't know what you go get, but you go get that rail. But Tracy Morgan hit me with that shit, talking about you either want to motherfucker be funny or you want to be in the streets. And I'm like, yo, I want to be funny. And he was like, all right then, throw those drugs away. And I was like, you ain't lying, you right. And I threw those drugs away. And when that nigga walked away, I went right back into that trash can and picked those fucking drugs up and hit that New Jack segment, went right back to the block and was pumping all night. Like, I gotta eat, bruh. But I didn't understand it, what he was really trying to say. And then next thing I know, it all just started hitting me. It was like, 16 and a half years old is where I think mentally I had a spiritual guide as far as getting more in touch with who I'm supposed to be on stage. Although not knowing at that time I was a decade and some change away from being the motherfucking Jedi that I know I was supposed to be. But it was Dave Chappelle. I met him at the age of 16 and a half, and he allowed me to feel comfortable within my own sin, my own Well, my own sin. Yeah, I was sinning. Out here fucking around in these streets. But he never judged me. But he made me feel comfortable in my own skin as a person that wanted to say whatever I wanted to say on stage. And I remember I wanted to just appease the crowd. I just wanted to make the crowd happy on stage. So I would just say whatever to a tone that they would be more accepted to, opposed to saying the dark, twisted thoughts that are in my head that I was afraid that other people weren't feeling or thinking this way, or this wasn't a behavior pattern in no way, form, or fashion. I was the only alien from that planet, and I felt. I slowly started to realize, as I started to speak aloud, what I truly wanted to say on stage. Still, it wasn't on stage, it was off stage. That other people was agreeing with me, and other people was feeling like me. And I was like, wait a moment. I got to take that shit off stage, and I got to put that shit on stage. And this comic from New Jersey, man, Jay, Sing Median. He calls himself the Sing Median. That nigga used to tell me, Jimmy, you a funny motherfucker off stage, bro. On stage, you get over. But if you could bring that off stage nigga on stage, you gonna be a problem. And I tried to figure that shit out. And what I had to learn was this, man, and this was a illmatic lesson in life, I had to become selfish. I had to become the motherfucker that I wanted to become and not give a fuck how motherfuckers was going to feel. I know there was a lot of motherfuckers redundantly back to back, but you motherfuckers feel me. But real talk, man, I had to own how I was feeling and where I was coming from. And next thing I know, man, I started saying it on stage. And when I was saying it on stage, I started seeing the look in the people's eyes. And that's what saved me from the streets, bro. But watch this crazy shit. That same look in the eyes I used to see in the crowd was the same look in the eyes I used to see from those kids on Warped Tour and Taste the Chaos, when I would take it upon myself when we're waiting in the rain for the venue to open up or the doors to open, or we're in the cold and I'm coming up being creatively coming up with these ideas so we can have an activity outside. And Kevin Lyman was so dope about it, because Kevin Lyman would give me whatever accessories I need to make this happen, because normally kids don't really want to participate, but I make it so interactively fun that they want to participate. And they started to see that with no tools given. Only what they gave me, which was these bullshit flyers about the merch and shit that the kids are going to see that's inside there. Okay. But I came up with these, like motherfucking Taste the Chaos Idol, Warped Tour Idol, like where you perform your favorite band that you're going to see there, and your peers get to pick out who was the best performer, and whoever wins, I'm gonna take you to meet your fucking favorite artist, dog. If you win, that's what I was notorious for, dog. On Warped Tour, I was loved, but I was mostly hated. But I'm sorry about that. I know you guys got that. I was really, my lips are kind of big, so when I kind of popped just now. But, dude, Warped Tour, I was loved, but I was hated. But most importantly, I was loved, though I was hated. So just know there was love there, but there was hate everywhere. But I did my part. What they didn't understand, to all you Warped Tour niggas listening, because I know you motherfuckers go ahead, yo, Jimmy Marr was talking about Warped Tour. I never forgot it. I'm patient, niggas. It's a gift. A lot of you niggas got nasty with me out there because you didn't understand. I was just a messenger. I was just passing through, dog. I was there for the kids' sake. I wasn't there for nothing else, bro. That money, that shit was good. Yeah, that shit was good. But it was nothing to see those misfits, the kids, because those are the ones I focused on. I knew the kids that weren't the most popular in school. I knew the kids that was just tagging along with the it kids just because they needed to have some sort of group companionship for them to be a part of this experience. I know the girl that's body shamed amongst her peers and all that shit. I know all that shit, dog, because I was that fucking misfit coming up. And I would highlight those kids, bro. I would make them the heroes for those days, to let them know they are the heroes of tomorrow. You're not just the hero. I didn't just recognize that in you. Everyone recognizes that in you. It's who's going to pull the trigger. But what's imperative is you pull the trigger first. You pull the trigger. And that's what I was doing for those kids, man. And that was the ultimate payoff. And I saw the hate that motherfuckers was giving me for that, dog. And shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Niggas try to set me up to be a sneak thief. I've never snuck thief nothing in my motherfucking life, nigga. If I'm gonna take something from you, I'm gonna take it. Ski mask way, or if I just think you straight pussy, I'm just gonna do it and dare you to do something. But my G, like, the whole shit they was doing on Warped Tour and on Taste of Chaos, fighting to try to ruin those kids, like, ain't nobody could ever replace what I was doing, because that shit came from the heart. And Kevin Lyman saw that. It hurt him to let me go. But the peer pressure, he knew. It was too much, man. I met a lot of dope motherfuckers on Warped Tour, man. Funeral for a Friend. Those niggas was super fucking dope. The drummer voice got fucked up. He couldn't sing for a couple of weeks. They were trying to find someone that could fill in for some songs. They thought I was playing. They didn't think I knew the songs. Yo, dog, I was up there singing Red is the New Black with these motherfuckers. Murking it. For all the white people listening, what murking means, bodying. Bodying means destroying. Destroying means it's a good thing, motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. But, yo, those guys ended up being great fucking friends. Motherfucking the U's, Bert, Quinn, before he got all crazy and shit, I missed the Brandon wave, but when Dan came in, I was with Dan. He had that weird like octopus kind of like weird face. He got like that weird face, you know what I mean? Like, but he was a good dude. Bert, he's a crazy, yo, man. Let me just say this, dog. Yo, I'm a straight hood nigga. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You niggas that know me know what it is. But any motherfucker that know me from the hood know, nigga, like from the 80s, I've been popping and blasting Guns N' Roses. So rock has been in the hood before it's been gentrified, nigga. I was pre-gentrifying this shit for you motherfuckers before y'all even got here. That's a fact. I used to meet bitches, and bitches come to the crib to meet me and shit like that. They hear all this fucking, I've been dancing with Mr. Brownstone. And they're like, hold on, nigga, who the fuck is this? Who apartment is this? Yeah, bitch, it's me. Come in. Mi casa, tu casa. and afterwards my mama go cook for you. Yeah, man. So I've been fucking with the music, but yo, Warped Tour, man. Yo, Warped Tour and Taste of Chaos, dog, that shit just opened up my eyes to more about humanity. It made me more accepted to, the whole LBGT community, and I thank William Control from the band Aiden for that, just being so humble and so fucking kind-hearted to his fans, and especially the ones of the alternative lifestyle. Like, it made me want to look at my my views and myself. Just because I may not indulge in the lifestyle, that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate that someone has found their happiness within a way of life where it's not hurting no one else. So, William Control has given that to me. He's opened my eyes to wanting to just really just journey more into myself and find out, how can I become a better human being? And I saw that in him, the way he would engage with his fans, and like just the crazy white boy culture in itself. I've been exposed to that shit since I was in high school. But it's like a crash course of it on Warped Tour. I remember my nigga Travis McCoy. I remember when him and Katie was first blooming their little romance and shit like that. This is when I knew Shorty was for real about him. Some dude called him an N-word in the crowd. All right, allegedly. Let's just do it like this. Allegedly, my man mashed him with the motherfucking bottom of a motherfucking mic stand off the stage. That's right. Whole lot. The ignorance is unacceptable, B. A lot of motherfuckers think nobody go step through the threshold. Respect where you want respect. Respect where you want respect. So Trav went to jail, and we was gonna move on without him, because they were having problems getting that money together and all that. But that girl Katy motherfucking Perry, bro, came through. Biggest star on the motherfucking Warped Tour, nigga, and bailed that boy out, Holmes. I was like, yeah, nigga, yeah, I can see why you wrote her a song. Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Yeah, nigga, I that you made me understand, Travi. So I would watch Summer Love develop on Warped Tour. You know what I mean? All that shit. I watched niggas fall in love just for 2 days. If we was in town for that 2 days. Oh, man. A lot of wild shit, though. Some wild shit happened on Warped Tour, too. You know what I mean? And on Taste of Chaos. Oh, man. There was this band on the Warped Tour. I think it was 2007. I think it's Revolution Mother. Can someone look that up? Revolution Mother. If that's the name. If it's not Revolution Mother, it's Mother Revolution. And the lead singer ended up being a really dope dude. Really dope dude. He's a legendary skateboarder guy. Mikey V. Where is he from? Where is he from? New Jersey? South Jersey, man. He ended up being a really, really dope guy. But homie had me all the way fucked up, bro. And it was like, when I was talking about that shit, about how motherfuckers are getting crazy with me on Warped Tour for me just being full of love. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, my nigga. Like, you want a nigga like me coming through the atmosphere with nothing but love. You don't want that other shit. You don't want me to come with that other shit, man. It's going to be uncomfortable for everybody. We got a name on that group yet?
Yeah, Revolution Mother.
It was Revolution Mother? Yeah, Mikey V's band. Mikey V's band, man. Yo, bro. I didn't know who the fuck this nigga was. Good dude though now. After we got to know each other and shit, we had a cordial respect and an understanding. And even after I left, Warped Tour was done and shit, I would see him in movies. I'd be like, yo, oh shit, that's what's up. Shout out to the homie, So I don't got no ill will to him, but homie definitely tried to play me like I was that nigga. Cause on Warped Tour, let me explain something to y'all, white folks, but y'all know this already. There's a couple of different kind of black people. Y'all got the white friend that'll straighten his hair and get your emo cut with you and pierce his lip and all that shit and wear the skinny jeans and hey, yeah, dude, and that motherfucker. Those black guys are out here. They're out here being breeded, okay? And then you got those real niggas that's out here, Then you got some ignorant motherfuckers, but we got those in all races and shit like that. But and Warped Tour is more geared for the motherfucking straight-haired motherfucking black guy with the emo cut, piercings, and the, the nigga I'm talking about. Bring that picture up. Bring that picture up. That nigga right there. Yeah. So I know y'all can't see this, but when you see you gonna be like, yeah, we know this nigga. So listen to me, man. Now when I say that, I need a homie to understand, like, there's a certain niggas you gonna have to respect out here, my nigga, unless you really about that mess. So let me tell y'all this story, dog. Y'all niggas gonna be bugged the fuck out, yo. So I'm in Warp. This is Warped Tour. This is Warped Tour, and we're in Houston, okay. And I wake up one morning. I'm really on a good foot. I'm one of the last 4 people on the tour that got weed. The tour is going dry, And me and my homie from L.A., Jay, one of the other black boys that was on the joint. Shout out to the homie. We smoke one and we going into catering. Now, every time I go into catering, I always make this loud ass intro like, yo, I'm here with love. Now, in the morning, I can understand that's a little bit much for people. But in the afternoon, my nigga, the first band on Warped Tour hits the stage at 9:30 in the morning. So what the fuck you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. You niggas is bothered because it's me? So I come in and there was these 2 white boys in this band. I forgot the name of their band, but they both had Down syndrome heads. They looked like the motherfucking Pinky and Sue from motherfucking Pac-Man. The monsters. I swear to God, these niggas were twin Down syndrome Pac-Man enemy niggas. I swear to God. With gold blonde hair, like a Down syndrome Hansons. Bopped out this motherfucker, right? So these motherfuckers, they watched the whole interaction with Mikey V and I and his band. When I do the loud noise as I come in the catering, yo, I'm here with love. This boy, Mikey V, turns around to me. And I thought he was going to say something silly, But this motherfucker was like, why don't you shut up? You're annoying. And I was waiting for the punchline, like what's coming next? And that motherfucker turned around like Sam Elliott in motherfucking Roadhouse. with this tone like I just told him. Now, me and my homie, my nigga Jay, we looking at each other like, what happened? So I don't know what the fuck that nigga was thinking. If that shit was just gonna fly with me. Nah, G. I told that nigga, yo, my man, who the fuck are you talking to, bruh? He's like, I'm talking to you. I said, yo, I ain't gonna even hold y'all up for one. I was like, yo, this white boy's aggressive. I like this nigga. This is good. I'm about to fuck this nigga up. Yeah, but I like his energy. This motherfucker said, I'm talking to you. Now shut up. And I said, or what? Or else there's gonna be 2 hits. And I said, what? That's right. And he said these words. This one I knew this nigga was a cartoon character. This nigga said, there's gonna be 2 hits. Me hitting you and you hitting the floor. Yo, my nigga, I said, yo, my nigga, shut the fuck up. Fuck you and your band. What's up? What y'all niggas want to do? And that nigga just did the like you ain't even worth it right now type shit. I ain't say nothing, but I let those niggas hear everything that was going to transpire from here on. We were a couple of stops, maybe like 4 to 5 days away from being in Atlanta. And my niggas is in the A. And I don't know who these niggas thought they was fucking with, but my Lost Boys niggas and just my regular street niggas was in Atlanta. I'm like, I hope these niggas keep the same energy when we pull up in Atlanta because we go figure this shit out. And those niggas tried to act like they didn't hear nothing that was said. I peel off out of catering, me and my nigga, we go and smoke another bomber. And I'm like, yo, that nigga crazy, yo. Yada, 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 yada. But you know what? It's whatever, man. My G, I walk out of the little area where me and my man was smoking at. This horrible ass comic named Richie Stratton comes over to me. Oh my God, Jimmy Marr, are you gonna fight Mikey V? And I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking serious? Who told you that? Everybody knows. It's on everyone on the tour knows. And I'm like, yo, bro, first of all, calm down. You act like you about to fight. And he's like, no, I'm just saying, I just don't want nothing to happen to you. I was like, you don't even like me, nigga. What are you talking about? He's like, no, this is bad. Mikey V is bad news, Jimmy. You need to reconsider everything that you've thought about. And I'm listening to this white boy talk about this white boy, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he leaves and scurries off, like looking back, like, Jimmy, find me later. Like, what the fuck is going on? Then I see Haley from this little rock and roll band called Paramore. She had like little orange hair and all that. Oh my God, Jimmy Marr, what happened with you and Mikey V? And I was like, what happened? She's like, are you guys gonna fight? And I was like, who said that? Everyone knows on the tour. Everyone. And she starts running away. Don't fight him, Jimmy. Don't. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I go to my tour bus. Now, I mean, you know, the street core drum, what's the name of those guys? Street drum corps, those bitch made niggas, Adam, Bobby, and all of them. Yeah, those some hoe made niggas right there. Those bitch ass niggas did some real shady, grimy shit to me on Warped Tour. Tried to make me to be out some, yo. And it was on Freed's management too. Those some hoe ass niggas right there. Yeah, I said it, you bitch ass niggas. But I'm glad. I hear y'all working, man. I'm glad y'all still working. Y'all deserve it. And I ain't gonna take y'all some talented motherfuckers, but y'all some snake bitch ass hoe niggas too. That's a fact. So I got the back of the bus and all that shit. You know what I mean? I come back to the bus, you know, trying to get my shit together. You know, we go drinking, barbecuing and shit at the end of the night. My nigga Jay comes up on the bus. He's like, yo, this whole tour is talking about you and Mikey V and them about to fight. I said, yo, Jay, I haven't seen that nigga since the first time we seen him in catering. What the fuck is everybody? Well, it's talked about. Everybody talking about it. So I go in the front of the motherfucking tour bus. Who's getting on the tour bus? Horrible comic Richie Stratton. This nigga goes, Jimmy, please, Jimmy Marr, before you go outside, can you just please let me pull up my laptop? This nigga pulls up his laptop and goes to YouTube. And other people start getting on the bus. Bobby, Adam, all those niggas from the street corps, those niggas, all these different kind of niggas getting on the bus. And Richie Stratton is putting up the Mikey V, the best of Mikey V hits. And everyone's speaking to me like they're concerned for my welfare. Like, Jimmy, you're a good guy, you know, and no one needs to get hurt here. You know, so I just think that you should really just gracefully bow out. This is the kind of talk these motherfuckers is talking to me. And then Richie Stratton, horrible comic Richie Stratton, this motherfucker pulls up the best hits of Mikey V on YouTube, and they're showing all of the fucking knockouts this motherfucker's got. And every time he's swinging and knocking niggas out, these bitch ass niggas watching this shit on horrible comic Richie Stratton's laptop, they looking at this nigga shit, jumping back like they in the fight. Ooh, hey yo, my nigga, on everything I love, I looked at the motherfucker. The motherfucking white boys this nigga was beating up. This nigga's beating up niggas that go to Yale and Harvard and shit like that. And I'm looking at all these bitch ass niggas around me watching this shit, and this is the nigga y'all scared of? You niggas ain't about no mess. And I'm glad this is where I'm seeing what my niggas up. He has no idea. I'm about to ruin this nigga, dog. Homie, I get up. Horrible comic Richie Stratton looks at me as I'm getting ready to walk out the door. He just shakes his head. Jimmy, no. And I look at him. Stay here. I'll be back. Soon as I walk out. Why does head of production wants to see me? I think it was Jack from Bayside that said it, that they wanted to see me. Hey, Jim, I think Kevin and Lisa wants to see you. I go see Kevin and Lisa. Head of security's there, Sully. Sully looking like motherfucking Bruce Willis. I have you said Bruce Willis in The Last Boy Scout. There he is. Hey, Martinez. What's up, y'all? Kevin Lyman. Hey, Jimmy, is everything okay? I mean, yeah, why wouldn't it be? You know, I was just making sure, you know, no one's in no danger or nothing like that when we get to Atlanta or anything. Or do you think so? I don't think so. I think before we get to Atlanta, everything could really just be so smooth. Yeah, I kind of figured the same thing. All right. Anybody else want to say anything? No one else said anything. Sully just gave me that Western nod, and I made my way back to my tour bus. On my way back to the motherfucking tour bus, I'm getting all of these looks like, you know, those when the nigga walking into town and people are scared to look at him and shit like that. Like these niggas was really acting like I was a plate of food out that motherfucker, not knowing this nigga was a plate of food. Homie, as I'm walking back to my tour bus on my son, who the fuck runs out from the middle of the tour bus? Hey, Jimmy, can I talk to you, please? So proper, so very right Caucasian, the way I would expect him to be. Mike fucking V. Hey, man, are we cool? We don't have any issues, do we? I don't got no problems with you, man. I'm sorry about earlier. I was just in the mood. Hey, man, I don't got no problems. It's over, bro. Love is love, man. I'm going to come and watch your band perform tomorrow. Yada, yada, yada. And we kept it like that. We didn't really talk with each other after that. Like, it wasn't like we became best friends or none of that wild shit. That wasn't in his DNA. Now, I don't think Mike is a pussy or nothing like that. I think he's a real motherfucker. And I think he played his cards right. You know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, don't go to war if the gods aren't on your side. The gods weren't on his side, bro. Because he stepped out of pocket. He did that shit. I'm not going to bring no street elements. That's Warped Tour, nigga. Those niggas ain't about no mess. Fuck, I look like bringing a street element to that shit. Those little precious little white kids with big doofy sneakers and shit like that with D's and M's and shit on them. I don't even know what those sneakers are, but those niggas wear those shits. Sneakers cover a lot of ground. It's like, yo, what the fuck is up with these sneakers? But those kids ain't looking for no problems. Warped Tour was that, but Mikey V, he ended up being cool, man. But one nigga that was a bitch, a real bitch, was this whole BMX biker nigga named Rick Thorne. He was on Warped Tour too. And that nigga, you know, him and the captain of our bus, some cocaine bitch from Detroit, I forgot her name, and she's probably sucking this nigga dick, doing all kind of creepy shit for coke. I used to walk on the bus, these niggas doing coke. I'm not a cocaine nigga, dog. I'm not, yo, if that's your wave, that's your wave. But don't try to make other people look like they wrong because they not with your wave. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I like to smoke weed. That's my favorite activity on earth, nigga. That's my thing. I like to smoke weed. But this nigga Rick Thorne tried to get crazy, nigga. I threw that motherfucker up. I threw his body into the bay of the bus and left his body print dented in the bay of the bus, nigga. That is a fact. Hoe-ass Rick Thorne, he gonna pull his teeth out. What can you do to me? Nothing. I'm already broken. Pulling his teeth out, talking about how he broke all these ribs. Nigga, I didn't break none of your ribs, nigga. I didn't break your jaw, nigga. You bugging. Fuck out of here, nigga. And you only talking like that because you're in a safe, white environment. If you was in the hood, you would not be talking like this. That shit was just crazy to me. That shit was just crazy to me. How when you try to bring a positive element to something, how you would get all of this hate. Like, you niggas is bugging, bro. Like, that nigga was crazy, yo. Like, but he didn't motherfucking make me sway my views on people. Like, just because one motherfucker in a race is a dickhead doesn't mean everyone is. I don't go by that shit. I'm gonna give everybody I encounter a basic state of love and trust. That's just. You're supposed to do that. Everyone's deserving of that. I'll talk with anybody. You, all the misfits. Just know, if you fuck that package up, nigga, you will never get me alone to talk with me like that again, nigga. I promise you. Make it count. But Warped Tour was crazy, man. I met my best friend Jerry on Warped Tour. That fucking lunatic. He was supposed to be a part of On Fire in the Hole, but, you know, certain people are afraid of the fame. I know I was. You know, I remember when I first got on Hot 97. I listen, man. New York, the records don't lie. The people will tell you, man. I brought that show. Sway will tell you, I brought that show to number one. Everyone in New York was checking for me. You know, everyone in New York was checking for me, B. It was so crazy how they tried to play me off to be some crazy nigga on the show, some wild nigga, like. But, you know, Warped Tour was wild. Warped Tour was extra crazy, man.